Oh,
All right.
all
We're
right.
live.
Live we are.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Dubai was
So,
good, huh?
what's that?
Dubai was good, huh?
Yeah, it was really good. Live. We're live, San Diego. All right. So, hey, everybody in WUKAR. We have Taylor West here, and I'm your Grand Master WUKARian. And we have Christian Henneke on the line. If you don't know him, he's one of the fastest VP in the history of Dubli.
Yeah.
Just awarded, just awarded, fresh out of Dubai. And he's also, oh, there you go, there's the trophy.
Official.
Very nice. And I actually have a trophy too, but it's not mine. Sam Crowley, I have your trophy. So the reason for this hangout, guys, as you've all been anticipating, this is the post-Dubai WUKAR announcement. And we're going to take you through, we're going to keep it kind of low-key. I was thinking about doing an announcement, ran into some technical difficulties, so I got Christian on the line and decided we're going to keep it kind of low-key and just get through this information for you guys as quickly as we can. So as you guys know, we just got back from Dubai. I landed yesterday at 10 a.m. and Christian got back the day before, right?
Yep.
You had a couple days back there in Naples to let it soak in.
Yep. Yep.
How you
And
feeling?
oh man, it was a really good event. That we didn't. I'm looking at our announcements here, and we have a nice list of stuff. The biggest thing for me was getting to see everybody and build my own. I build out of passion, and I think most people do, just out of excitement and
Yeah.
at least a good base understanding of what we have. And my understanding grew, my passion grew. It's scary.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, we had almost 100 people in Dubai, and WUKAR is barely a month old. It's just a little over a month old, and in those 30 days, we got almost 100 people to commit to going 7,000 miles overseas to the Middle East for an event. Unbelievable, outrageous, incredible. I can't even. There aren't enough superlatives and large words to explain how amazing it was. It was really cool. And you're right, the announcements that we have today are fun and all, but the real excitement for the event, guys, was being there and meeting everybody, and you got to make sure you get to the next one if you weren't able to come to this one. So with that, we're not going to rub it in your face too much here. I'd like to start off the announcements with some policy stuff, some boring stuff, because it's super important, and I want to get the boring stuff out of the way as quickly as possible. Just a few of them here. First of all, a lot of you have seen the WUKAR logo and have been part of the WUKAR Google Plus group and have been involved with WUKAR for a little time now. We're starting to see the logo pop up in various iterations all over the web. I want to make this very clear to everybody. WUKAR is a company, and we cannot have the logo being altered unless you receive an official logo that has been altered in some way, like the Women of WUKAR logo, or maybe the support site logo that's modified for live chat or whatever. You can't change the colors, you can't change the logo, you're not supposed to do any of that stuff. Please help me with this so that our new compliance team doesn't have to pull their hair out trying to pull in all the logos that are floating around. We also have a gentleman on the team named Art who's actually owns the trademark and owns the logo, and we're working out the terms with him to essentially license it and own the brand, but it's not going to change anything. You guys can't be using the logo other than it's in its official capacity, so please help me do that. On that same note, all merchandise goes through Team WUKAR. Please don't make up your own t-shirts and hats and business cards and things like that. Anything that you need, if we don't have it, please request it and we'll make sure that we make it available to you. Let's not make up things with the company logo on it either. One little thing that we touched on in Dubai with the team was just kind of a behavioral policy that we're going to start, like a cultural and behavioral policy that we're going to have here at Team WUKAR, which is going to be, please be humble, speak with confidence and excitement, but not with hype. And don't go out and represent yourself as a WUKARian, as a person of Team WUKAR, with be humble. Just be humble and don't get crazy hypey. We have a lot of people running out and using huge words and telling people they're going to become millionaires, and Um, you know, it's like we all just won the lotto, and we're so excited to tell everybody that we just won the lotto. And I love the excitement, and I want to spread that message. But let's do it with some tactfulness and while remaining humble. Does that make sense? Maybe you could put that a different spin on that, Christian.
Yeah, confidence is really attractive, but you don't have to be hypey to be taken as confident. And the way I've rolled with it, I think a lot of people kind of jive with this, is I just focus on the basics. A friend reminded me this morning, in all of the excitement, there are so many people on the team right now making more money than they've ever imagined was even possible in a very short amount of time. And I have been guilty of this. I've been yapping about my income all over the place, and because I'm just shocked. I was not. None of us were expecting this. But I was reminded by a good friend to keep it simple and focus on the basics and be confident in what we have. You know, the 14% cash back I got when I booked my hotel room. That is what really everybody out there wants to hear. That's a message that anybody can hear and actually believe and act on. So beyond being humble and confident, I would say I would urge people, and I'll be first to admit I've been guilty of going the opposite direction. Just keep things really simple and clean. What we have is so amazing. Nobody needs to talk in a hypey way or market in a hypey way, and I'm about to knock that off. So thank you, Taylor.
It's very common for it to happen in network marketing and MLM, and we just kind of want to put some reality into things and let you know it is incredible. This is a great opportunity, and it doesn't need to be anything beyond that. So let's just keep it simple, like Christian said. And the last little policy announcement, we'll move on to the fun stuff, is all information, it's an information, what's the word for it? We want to make sure that all the information that comes out of Team WUKAR is true and comes from the right sources. We have a lot of questions being asked on Google+, and people answering the questions on Google+, and a lot of information spreading through Google+, that isn't necessarily true. And we want to make sure that not only the information you're reading, you can trust it, and you know that it's coming from the right place, but that you can get it quickly and efficiently as well. And that's why we're working so hard on the team support site and the team website, the team training website. So the official policy is that any information regarding Team WUKAR will come straight from teamwukar.com or the support site at teamwukar.com. If it doesn't come out of one of those two places, or out of one of the moderators who runs those two places, which you'll be party to that information very soon, then take it with a grain of salt because it's not official. Especially when it comes to things like the rotator and the traffic system that's coming up, and anything like I said that's WUKAR related, please take it with a grain of salt.
That sounds good. One follow-on thought. One of the questions I've been getting more and more lately is around teamwukar.com. You know, people have been opting in. Hopefully everybody's opted into that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to teamwukar.com real quick, and you can opt your email address into the team list. Am I understanding correctly that we're about to start using that finally, Taylor?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So if you've been on the list and you've been wondering why you're not getting email, it's because nothing has been sent.
We haven't been using the email list yet, guys, so we will start using that. We'll start making all of these announcements. Instead of making these announcements on Google+, we'll make them through an announcement tab on the team website, and we'll also announce them via email so that you'll be the first to know. And maybe we'll work on some other types of communication as well, like SMS text messaging or something like that, so that we can cover everybody and make sure that when information is announced, everybody knows about it.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Well, that was boring. Let's go on to the Dubli.com stuff. This is going to be much better. So at the event, the Dubai event was broken up into several days, and each day they touched on a few different topics, such as Dubli.com, the Dubli Partner Program, and Dubli Network. And those were the three main topics that were touched on all 3 days. And so we're going to go ahead and break this announcement down in the same way. We're going to start off by talking about the Dubli.com announcements. We're going to talk about the customer bonus pool that was announced, and then we're going to talk about the Dubli Network announcements. And then to end this video, we're going to go ahead and do the really fun stuff, which are the WUKAR announcements, the team-specific announcements that we have for you guys. So that's going to be the format of what we're going to go over here. And we'll go ahead and I'll start that off by going through the Doobly.com announcements. That is Doobly.com, where the free customers and the VIP customers, that's the site that they see when they enroll to start earning cash back with Doobly. So the first announcement that they made with the Doobly.com side was that there's going to be no fees. They're eliminating all the fees for cashback payouts. Did you hear a date on that, Christian, or have they already started doing that?
I don't know. I don't know that any of us really are in the system long enough to even have experienced that yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, well, in any case, that's a great announcement. That means that it's going to be free to get your money out. Anytime you earn cash back with Doobly.com, you're not going to have to pay any fees to get it out. So that's a pretty cool announcement. Another one is that they upgraded to Zendesk. Some of you are familiar with that. That's actually the software that we use for our customer support at support.teamwukar.com. Zendesk is just a really powerful customer service desk software that is going to make the old Doobly.com support look, very aged. So it's going to be a good thing for your customers. It's going to help them get the information that they need to keep spending money and upgrade to VIP and all of that fun stuff. One of the biggest announcements they made on the Doobly.com side, and I hope you guys have your pen and paper for this, is they're completely revamping the customer accounts. The way that your account looks when you log into Doobly.com, they're revamping the whole thing. They're going to make it more user-friendly. They're going to give you better visibility of your cash back earnings so you don't have to hunt around and peck around for it. They're going to offer 30-day arrears for upgrades. What that means is they're going to go to a free member and they're going to say, hey, you made this much money with your Doobly cash back. You could have made this much money as a VIP, and guess what? If you upgrade to VIP today, we're going to go ahead and go back 30 days in time and give you that money anyways. And that was a pretty cool excitement. I think that's going to make a lot of upgrades really easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Christian, you've earned like $350 in cash back or something already?
Yeah, almost 400 now.
Yeah, it's awesome. We have a bunch of screenshots floating around Google+. I'm sure many of you have seen them of people just killing it with the cash back. Another thing they're doing in the back end on the customer accounts is they're going to start allowing bookmarking of your favorite merchants, and they're going to start tracking pretty closely the merchants that you're spending money with. And they're going to use that information to customize the mall and customize the back-end experience so that when customers go to Doobly.com, they're going to see something that speaks to them. They're going to see stores that they've already shopped at or that are related to the stores that they've already shopped at. And this should increase engagement and increase the amount of money that is generated not only on the cash back side for your customers, but in commissions to you, of course. So that's pretty cool. On that same note, the next big announcement that they made was the addition of a customer bonus pool. And this is pretty cool. What they're going to do is every quarter, every 3 months, Doobly is going to put a percentage of every customer activation company-wide into a bonus pool. And they're going to announce it every quarter. They started off announcing a 3% company-wide customer bonus pool. So the first one that's going to be released is 3% of every customer activation for the next 3 months is going to be put into a bonus pool. Now, the way that you earn shares of that bonus pool is by gathering VIP customers. For every 3 VIP customers that you gather, you're going to earn 1 share of that bonus pool. And so if there was $300,000, here's an example just to make it very clear. If there was $300,000 in that bonus pool, and you were the only person that had 1 share in the entire bonus pool, you'd get all $300,000. If there were 2 people with 1 share each in the bonus pool, you'd each get $150,000. So there's going to be split up evenly amongst those who have shares. So for every 3 customers, just to reiterate, for every 3 customers that you get during the quarter, you get 1 share in that bonus pool. So you can have multiple shares in the bonus pool and earn lots of that bonus pool. It's pretty cool. I think this. What's that?
On that one, those are activations, right? So for those of us that are working, everybody's working with vouchers. When you issue a voucher, that customer, that VIP customer, only really counts I guess for anything, if they actually activate. So we're saying 3 activated VIP customers, right?
Yes. Yes, you can't buy vouchers and just get shares in the bonus pool. The vouchers actually have to be activated.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
now here's another little cool thing about that. Doobly is going to take the amount of shares that you earn in the customer bonus pool, and they're going to match it. And they're going to give you an equal amount of shares in this new thing that they're launching called the Doobly Worldwide Advertising or Marketing Campaign, I believe is what they're calling it. And essentially what Doobly is going to do is they're going to spend a ton of money every quarter advertising the Doobly Cashback program worldwide. And the intent is to get customers. And so what they're going to do for you is for every share in the customer bonus pool that you earn each quarter, they're going to give you an equal amount of shares in this worldwide marketing program that they're going to do. And what that means to you is that you're going to get, just like in the customer bonus pool, for every share that you have, you're going to get an equal amount of customers that are generated from that marketing campaign. So if Doobly were to go out and generate 100 customers in the quarter using their marketing campaign, or 1,000 customers, and you were the only person that had a share in it, if you had 1 share in it, you'd get all 100 customers. If there were 2 people that each had 1 share, you'd each get 50 customers. And that's how that's going to work. They'll essentially just be assigned to you. Now, these are probably going to be free customers, but Doobly is going to work very hard to upgrade those free customers to VIP for you. So that's the way that I understood it anyways.
Yeah, that's how I understood it too. It sounds like free customers for work we're going to do anyway. Just extra advertising that the company's throwing in.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, so that concludes the Doobly.com and customer bonus pool announcements. The next announcements are focused around Doobly Network, and these are some of the more exciting announcements, starting out with the most boring one, which is simply a name change. The TLA position, the $2,500 position that you buy into for Doobly Network as a BA, is being changed. The name is being changed to PPA. And that stands for Partner Program Accelerator. It used to be called Team Leader Accelerator. Now it's going to be called Partner Program Accelerator. And the reason they did that is because the Partner Program is really the key differentiator between being a TLA Plus or a TLA Accelerator and coming in as just a team member. And so they wanted to show that difference in the name of the rank. And I think it's a pretty good change. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I think at a glance it makes more sense. Yeah, I like it.
So pretty soon when you start hearing people talk about PPAs, you know that they're actually talking about the old TLA position. So that's the $2,400 position. Now, while we're on the partner program, there were a couple announcements around the partner program. They're not real huge, but they're somewhat exciting for those of you who are promoting the partner program. The first is that there's going to be a new presentation for the partner program, which you can find in your back office. I'm not sure if it's there yet or not. I saw one back there that was dated recently, so that might be it. If it's not back there, though, it will be released soon. And the other thing is they've created a new brochure, like a high-impact brochure for you to take around to your companies and nonprofits that you're trying to sign up in the partner program. So that'll be pretty neat. The next announcement on the Doobly Network side is that they've hired a marketing executive that used to be one of the big marketing hotshots at shopathome.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Krista, right?
Yeah.
So her job is to help us convert customers and to improve the marketing at Doobly.com. And so one of the things they're going to be focusing on with the release of the new recruiting system that I'm about to tell you in a minute is that they're really going to focus on the funnel of a customer. They're going to focus on creating free customers at the free level and then teaching them how to shop and start using the toolbar and start generating cash back. Some of the complaints I've gotten from my own team is that once somebody becomes a free member, it's not super obvious how to download the toolbar and how to go to the mall and shop for cash back, and some of my team members are having trouble starting to get their customers to actually use Doobly and start earning cash back. And so Doobly knows this, and they're going to start working on this in great detail. So the way that Krista explained it was that they're focusing on getting free customers into the system, teaching them how to shop and teaching them how to become a good customer, and then after they start generating cash back, moving them over to VIP. And that's the customer funnel: free, shop, VIP. And as we know, I think up to 80% or so of Doobly customers who actually shop end up becoming a VIP. So these rates should increase a lot after they start this focus. The way they're going to be doing this is through this next announcement, which is the new recruiting system that they're building. And this was probably the biggest focus of the Dubai event on the Doobly side, was the DRC 24/7 recruiting system. The Doobly recruiting system 24/7 is what they're calling it. And essentially, Doobly has some friends in Germany that have developed an entirely new recruiting system for the whole company that starts out, it's kind of like what WUKAR is developing, in that they're coming out with customer funnels that they're going to allow all BAs to use. So landing pages and videos that generate interest, that capture an email address, that then funnel automatically into automatic drip email campaigns that talk to the customer and keep reminding them, hey, there's a webinar coming up that you should come check out the business presentation. Or would you like a callback? They'll have like an automatic callback feature for BAs to use so that they can call back their prospects. And the whole system is designed to get people into the funnel and move them through it until they sign up and become a BA and then start promoting Doobly themselves. This is pretty sorely needed in Doobly, and it's actually going to be a pretty cool addition for most of the Doobly BAs in the world. They were very, very excited. There was a lot of excitement in the room. Everybody was cheering and happy about the announcement. If you'd like to check out what they're giving people, you can go to DRC, the number 2, the number 4, and then 7, spelled out SEVEN.com. DRC247 SEVEN.com. And you can check out what Doobly has in store with the recruiting system. That recruiting system is available immediately, or is it launching the first along with everything else? Do you know, Christian?
I think I remember hearing just within the next few days.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember.
We apologize for not having the exact dates, but if you go to the DRC 24/7 website, you can sign up right now for free and check it out. A lot of these same tools and things that they're developing we'll be announcing a little bit later in the WUKAR announcements for our own team, completely separate from Doobly, and actually our tools are going to be quite a bit better. But like I said, this is actually a really good announcement for Doobly, and a lot of the BAs in the world are going to be able to use this to great success, I'm sure. So the last part of the Doobly network announcements is about the comp plan. I know that a lot of you have been waiting for this news, and you're chomping at the bit to figure out what's happening with the comp plan. Well, I'm going to tell you just a little bit of the surface level stuff, and then I'm going to go ahead and let Christian take over because he knows a lot more about this than I do. So the main addition to the comp plan is that it's actually an addition. They're not taking anything away from the comp plan. Everything that you see right now as far as the unilevel goes is staying put. It's there. The organizational structure that you've built so far is going to remain intact. They are planning on putting what they call a binary system over the top of the unilevel, as an addition to replace some of the bonuses that are generated in the unilevel. And why don't you go ahead and take over from there, Christian, and let them know kind of what you know about it, and then we'll talk about the qualifications and things.
Yeah, no problem. I think the position we're in right now with this announcement is that the company made an announcement, and not even all of the top level guys that have been around Doobly for a long time are clear. If you talk to 3 different field leaders, you get 3 different versions. That's what we experienced. We were trying to nail this down for you guys so we could give you exact, specific information with this announcement. And the reality right now is it's been difficult to get black and white, very, very specific, concrete information. What we understand right now is that, just like Taylor said, the binary is going to be laid on top of the existing unilevel. There is some change coming, but that's not going to happen until November 1st. So what I think what we got to do here, Taylor, is just tell people, just communicate to the team what's important. It's important to understand that there's some change coming, but that's not for another 6 weeks almost. What we have to do right now is focus with what we have, work with what we have. And a lot of you hearing this announcement don't need either of us preaching to you on that. You've already made tens of thousands of dollars in the comp plan the way it's all set up. Our understanding is that's going to accelerate November 1st with what's coming. The best thing any of us can do right now is work every day with what we have. Focus on what you have and what we understand now. Do not talk about the future. Our advice would be not to go talk about the binary. Don't start those conversations. It's irrelevant. If you sell the future, what you'll find is people will join and wait for the future to arrive.
Yep.
You're not doing anybody any favors by talking about what might happen 5-6 weeks from now. So
Yep.
our advice would be just keep it simple. Go back, just stick with the basics, stick with what you know. And whatever happens is going to happen, and let it happen when it happens.
Yeah, and it's important to know, guys, that we've had direct access to Michael Hansen and the entire team at Doobly, and we've talked to the top of the top of the top of this company. And the one thing that we know for absolute certain is that they have our best interests in mind. And the whole reason for this comp plan addition, this overlay, is to help put more money in our pockets and to get your team moving faster and stronger and recruiting better than they ever have before. And it's also to put more money in more pockets, especially for the people that produce. And so, there's nothing to worry about. I've been told that if it doesn't end up generating more money for whatever reason, they're going to test the living crap out of it. And if it doesn't put more money in more pockets, they'll tweak it until it does. So there's nothing to worry about on that front. The one thing that we do know is that you want to run for sales director by November 1st. That's really important. So no matter what happens, and there's another announcement coming up for Team WUKAR that a lot of you have already heard, but the big thing to keep in mind here is that sales director by November 1st. It's going to be a really big deal for a lot of reasons. So hit it. Go for it.
Yeah, run. There's two reasons. One is that with what we understand about the comp plan adjustment that's coming, if you can do whatever it takes to rank advance as much as possible, sales director is kind of that sweet spot. Do whatever you got to do to get there. If you're a sales director, do whatever you got to do to help a bunch of your guys go sales director so you can hit VP by the end of October. You will get some advantages when the binary is laid over the top. I think we could probably leave that as is. Just understand that there's some pretty big upside for you if you run hard on this right now. And then do you want to transition over to WUKAR stuff? Because this is kind of they're going to be hitting both, killing two birds with one stone here on this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the WUKAR announcements, which is what we're all really excited about, Matt Trainer and Rich Cook, who are, for those of you who haven't figured this out yet, are WUKAR. They're sharing the spot. They are WUKAR corporate. They were up on stage at the Doobly event in Dubai, and they were presented with an award for becoming a vice president, correct?
Yeah.
And Matt took the opportunity while he was on stage, which we announced immediately via Google+, that he's not going to allow the Team WUKAR position himself to take any profit out of Doobly until all of his sales directors have made $1 million from this opportunity. And that's pretty crazy.
So what's he going to do with all that money? Because that WUKAR position is making ridiculous money every day.
Yeah.
It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, that's a good question. We have a lot of people asking, like, okay, so does that mean if I hit sales director by November 1st, Matt's going to give me $1 million? No, that's not what that means. Does that mean if I buy my way to sales director and then sit on my thumbs after November 1st, I can just wait it out and I'm going to become a millionaire? No, that's not what that means. I can't give you the terms and conditions right now because they haven't been fully worked out, but they're going to be released and there'll be some paperwork to sign and things like that in the very near future. But what I can tell you is that the general idea here is that Matt doesn't want to take any profits until every sales director by November. If you hit sales director by November 1st, he wants you to make $1 million. And the way that he's going to do that is he's going to continue to reinvest and reinvest and reinvest all of the profits from that position into the traffic system, the rotator, and training and driving massive amounts of traffic into his sales director's businesses until they make $1 million. That's the general idea. And that's powerful. That's like having somebody backing you in poker, or having somebody backing your business venture and saying, I'm here, I'm going to keep paying for this until you succeed, period. Yeah. And that's pretty freaking cool. So
it's amazing. And I want to be really clear on this. I like how you phrase that. I know we don't want to get too specific. You and Matt are going to nail down the terms and conditions and come out with that as soon as possible. But if you're hearing this and you're in WUKAR anywhere, I don't care if you're on Matt Trainor's 100th level and you're jamming, working towards sales director, you nail this and you're one of the first 50, you're included in what we're talking about here. This is the whole team. I want to be really clear. It's not like you have to be personally referred by Matt Trainor to be in on this announcement. This is something he's doing extremely generously for the whole team.
Yep. And for what I understand, it's not just the first 50. He said, I want to make 100 millionaires. I want to make 200 millionaires. I don't care. Anybody who's sales director by November 1st,
wow,
you're part of it.
Holy
yeah. So, obviously, we still need to nail out the terms and conditions. I don't want to speak for Matt. He's going to be coming. He's actually staying in Dubai for another night, and he'll be heading back in, I think, tomorrow, I believe. So hopefully he'll see this video and won't cut my head off. But I remember him specifically telling me, yeah, I want to make 50 millionaires. I don't care. Let's make 100 millionaires. Let's make 200 millionaires. Let's do it. That's my goal, is to pass on the gratitude, pass on the wealth, and that's exactly what I want to do. So.
Yeah, so November 1st is the operational thing here. That's what people need to understand, right? SD by November 1st. And really what we're saying is SD by the last day of October. That's what we're really saying. We should probably update our announcement and change it to midnight on October, what is it, 31st?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have that in the terms and conditions. It'll probably be midnight October 31st or midnight November 1st, I guess, is the correct way to say that.
Sure. Yeah.
So the next little tidbit is about the traffic system in Rotator. Similar to the recruiting system that Doobly's building, you all know that WUKAR is building a really killer system that's going to hopefully help you build your business and rotate traffic to you and rotate signups to you based on work that you help WUKAR do, videos that you make, and all the various jobs that we're going to be posting. That is still in development. Dubai helped a lot. We were able to meet directly with the Doobly tech team, and there's a lot of things that we can't really talk about, but it's under development and it's going to be released, and I'm going to go into launch dates here shortly that'll give you kind of a time window for that. And so I know a lot of you are chomping at the bit for that, so hopefully this announcement will give you a little bit better idea of what we're doing there. I want to give you a reminder that support.teamwukar.com is live, and that's where you should be going with your questions, period. Go to support.teamwukar.com with your questions. If you can't find the answer on teamwukar.com in the members area that we posted in the training videos, if you can't find the answer to your question in the FAQ that's contained at support.teamwukar.com, then submit a ticket or start a live chat, and it'll come straight to one of our support guys, and they'll get an answer for you that's trustworthy and accurate, and that's what you want. And so that site is live and ready to go, so start using it. Stop using Google Plus and go over there. Pretty soon we're going to start moderating Google Plus very, very heavily, and you're not going to be able to post questions there that are related to WUKAR. We're still going to leave Google Plus on as a place for camaraderie and for you guys to chat and hang out and celebrate your rank advancements and celebrate the people that you bring into the company. And it's going to be a kick-ass place to talk, but we don't want information about Team WUKAR or Doobly being exchanged there in an official capacity, because a lot of times you just can't trust the answers that you're given. So with that being said, the support site's there, the team site's there, and I'm going to go into launch dates now, because that's the first thing that we're going to officially put a launch date on, is the team site. The team site's open, ready for you to look at, ready for you to get support at right now. But it's in beta. You can't really register for it. It doesn't authenticate you and make sure that you're part of Team WUKAR. And so the official launch date for the team site, registration and authentication, is going to be October 1st. So put that on your calendar, October 1st, or better. We might surprise you. We might get it out earlier. We're waiting on a couple things just to make sure that we can launch it, and I want to under promise and over deliver here. So October 1st, team site registration authentication. Hopefully you'll already be using the site by then, so you'll be familiar with it. But on October 1st, you'll be able to go there, register your account. It'll check you against the Team WUKAR database, and it'll make sure that you're actually part of the team, and it'll tell us that you're active, and it'll tell us what rank you are, and we can start doing things based on your rank and things like that. So it's going to be pretty cool. We'll also start dumping a lot more training into it at that time. We have a lot of training being worked on right now: social media training, SEO training, paid traffic training, Doobly and WUKAR training. We have all kinds of training happening right now, and that's all going to be thrown into that support site as we go. So now the next launch date, October 10th. October 10th, put that on your calendar for jobs and tasks. And what I mean by jobs and tasks are those things that we're releasing to the team that you can take on and complete in exchange for points or merit, merit badges or whatever we're going to call them for rotator traffic. So we're going to start releasing the ones that make sense to release early at that time. October 10th is when you can start picking up jobs. Probably from teamwukar.com is where we'll release the information for those. And a lot of it's probably going to be making videos. A lot of you are starting to learn how to make videos. We have an infinite need for videos, and so that's probably going to be one of the first jobs that we release. Some of the other jobs that might be available are quality control on those videos, potentially the opening of fresh Google accounts, verified Google accounts. I'm not 100% sure if Matt's system is going to have that nailed down or not, or if we're going to need people to do that. There's going to be several jobs of that nature, so keep an eye out for that October 10th. And that all is leading up to the TBA, the to be announced launch date in October or November. We're not 100% sure yet. We're going to shoot for October for a lot of reasons that I'll tell you about in just a second. But October, November launch date for the traffic system and rotator. I don't know what the date's going to be yet, but that's what we're shooting for. It's probably end of October, beginning of November. And again, we might surprise you, so you never know. I wanted to announce to you guys that we decided we're going to have quarterly Team WUKAR events. That event in Dubai was incredible. You guys missed out. Some of you missed out on the most incredible time. We went on a desert safari. We went on a marina cruise. A lot of us got invited to Michael Hansen's house for a private cocktail party, which was incredible. And it was like being treated like royalty there for everybody. But the Team WUKAR events that we're going to put on quarterly are going to blow it out of the water. I promise you. Everybody's going to want to be part of this team just based on the lifestyle that we're living. So we're going to start doing quarterly team events, and we're also going to have top producer events, like VIP style events. They're going to be very exclusive, very private, and they're going to be way, way overboard. I mean, just really killer. So you're going to want to run as fast as you can, and you can be part of those as well. The first event that we're going to announce is going to be around the traffic system and rotator that we're launching. We're going to make it a launch event for when the system's ready. We're all going to fly into someplace, probably San Diego, I'd imagine. I'm pretty sure we're going to do it in San Diego. That's the word that's going around right now. And in San Diego, we're going to announce the rotator and announce the traffic system and do trainings on it, and then have a lot of fun around the launch of that. And then we're all going to come home and kick ass and repeat.
The best thing anybody can do.
What's that?
The best thing any of us can do on the way to these big announcements is focus on the basics, get customers, and recruit.
Yep.
It's the best thing any of us can do.
Yep. Get customers and recruit. The last announcement that we had on the Team WUKAR side is that we now officially have an organizational structure that we knocked out in Dubai. And it's been a long time coming, and it was one of the highest priority things that we have. A lot of you are aware of this, but Team WUKAR is a company. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. We are a legit company, and we're running this like a company. When you release the kind of software and the kind of tools that we're looking at releasing as an addition to Doobly, you have to have some kind of organizational structure and company surrounding it, or else, it's just kind of like what Christian says, it's the wild, wild west out there. And so we're trying to prevent that from happening. We're trying to make sure that all of the promises that Team WUKAR makes to you, its members, come true and are badass. And so we're creating the most badass startup company to make sure that that happens. So We have an organizational structure. We're going to go ahead and post that on the Team WUKAR site pretty soon. You're going to have an about page where you can see kind of how Team WUKAR is laid out, who's in charge of what, who you can talk to about certain things, who you can talk to about trainings, who you can talk to about events, who you can talk to about compliance if you have compliance questions, or about the community if you have community questions. There's going to be, essentially a line of directors that are in charge of all the various departments, and you're going to know who they are and how to get a hold of them if you need to. And so that's pretty exciting stuff. Everybody was really excited in Dubai to get this stuff rocking. So.
Yeah.
Christian, real quick, what was the biggest surprise to you in Dubai?
You're surprising me know this at the end, huh?
Yeah. I didn't prepare you for this at all. I'm wondering. You went in with expectations. You went in with whatever those expectations were. You thought something was going to happen. You thought something wasn't going to happen, and then it did. What was the biggest surprise?
Okay. So I've been to MLM events a lot over the years, and I've never been to such an exotic location for an event, and I've never been treated. I've never seen just attendees. I mean, all of us. We were treated like $1 million a year earners by the company. I mean, every time you turn around, somebody is asking you if you need something. Think about the coffee breaks we had, like every 10 minutes. It was unbelievable. You'd go out into the hall, and you've got people everywhere offering to make you an espresso, and there's fancy desserts and fancy meals, and they delivered. Holy cow! It was an amazing. I mean, there are no words. I've never seen, even at a leadership level. For those of you that have done special small group leadership kind of things with companies in the past, this rivals anything I've ever seen. And they did it for all of us. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah. It was really cool. It was really cool. And, to give you guys a taste of what the event was like and how much different it was from other events, you go to some of these national events and you sit in a room with thousands of other people, and you sit there from, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and it's training after training after training after announcement after announcement after announcement, and you might get like a water break in the middle and maybe some sandwiches in a box or maybe like a really lame lunch. At Dubai, it was a whole other story. I mean, the event started at like 9:30, 10, and it was rare that we were in there listening to any more announcements or any more content beyond like 1 p.m. maybe 2 p.m. at the very latest, just a few hours. And during that time, we had breaks where the best food, like the most amazing food, was served in between every single break. And then at the very end, lunch was served, and the lunch was incredible. And then we would get picked up by some company that takes us to some crazy, awesome event, like the Desert Safari or like the Marina Cruise. And it was like 10% content, 90% party and fun, and it was just intense. It was amazing.
But it all felt so good. It just felt right. There was a reasonable amount of content covered, enough to make you go, "Oh man, this is just so big. I cannot believe I'm here right now." Yeah, and have fun for a few hours.
Yeah,
for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
really amazing.
Yeah,
I would say don't miss a team event, and definitely don't miss a company event. Don't miss any events, guys. If there's anything you can do, as you hear these announcements coming out about events, do whatever you got to do to get there. It is huge for the growth of your business.
New York 2015 is the next, at the very end of the Doobly event in Dubai, they announced that the next Doobly event in 2015 is going to be in New York, and they're going to have yearly events from now on. And so mark that on your calendar. Next year around this time is going to be New York City. So it's going to be fun, and we're going to completely dominate it with Team WUKAR.
Oh yeah.
Completely dominate it with Team WUKAR.
Yep.
So we almost dominated the Dubai event, and we're only 30 days old. We had the biggest team at the Dubai event next to Denmark, I think. I think we were probably right there with them. We had almost 100 people. They probably had almost 100 people.
Yep.
Pretty wild. And they've been doing this for 6-7 years, and we've been at it for 30 days.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, guys. Hope that stuff helped out. Hopefully we didn't ramble on too long. Pass on the information that we've given you to your teams. Send them to this video. Don't exaggerate anything. Don't say anything that we didn't say, please. And we'll end it there. So appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. See you around.